This video is dedicated to an incredible person and a fantastic friend. It didn't matter where and when. Brandon would always find time to bring you back on your feet. No matter how dark the tunnel was, he would put a light at the end of it. In all of my 5 years of knowing him, he has had to be one of the most positive people I have ever had the pleasure of interacting with. And knowing that, unfortunately, that he passed away way too soon, stung so hard. To everyone affected by Noobster's passing away, I am deeply sorry, especially to the family of Brandon. I am utterly sorry, and all of my heart goes out to you, because he was such an incredible person. When I was going through my dark times in life, he always found time to bring me back on my feet. And I will miss him greatly. In fact, not just me, everyone will miss him greatly. This video highlights some of the best moments, some of the battles that I have had racing against him, and seeing how much he really improved over the time to becoming the king of Baja Scramble and a world record holder is truly inspiring. And he helped me out so much, and wherever he may rest in peace, I do hope that it is Christmas, no matter where it is. I remember that, and I always will. He was always obsessed with Christmas. He loved it, and his names on Discord would always reflect the amount of days left until Christmas was around, and that a lot of his cars in later time would have Christmas liveries on it. So I do hope that this video finds Noobster's family, and that I really hope this is something that you wanted. I have put links in the description. There is an obituary for Noobster, and there is also a GoFundMe for his funeral, because I agree, no family member should have to pay for it. It is truly and deeply painful for the fact that I have to say goodbye to him, and that I will never be able to say, "How are you doing?" again. It hurts a lot, and I feel like this is a very appropriate send-off for him. Rest in peace, Brandon, you magnificent bastard. And may you forever rest in peace. You will be truly missed by everyone who had any form of interaction with you. And I really hope that this means a lot, because it did to me. And I hope it does for you as well.
Noobster. Brandon. If there was one thing you could count on whenever you saw him, it was his infectious positivity. I don't think I've ever met someone quite so positive about anything as he was. I have the distinct pleasure of being one of the first people to have been able to race against him back on Horizon 4 and the Group 2 of Versus the Community. It was only the third time he had ever joined one of those events, and he wasn't a particularly quick driver. He was half decent. He wasn't exactly slow by any measure, but I was faster than him back then, and that helped to colour my perception of him for years to come, because I always had this idea in my head that he was slow. But he and I had a big difference. He wanted to get better, and I was just happy with being good enough. And so he would practice and practice and practice until he knew the game inside and out, whilst I'm 5 years into playing these games and I still don't know how to tune. I regret that it's taken me this long to realise just how fast he was, how good he was. I felt incredible envy that he was almost always able to finish ahead of me. I didn't understand how he had got so fast, and I hate that it's taken me until now to realise. I also hate that I didn't speak to him more often outside of Forza. That I didn't speak to him as often as I probably should have.
But even then, even though we were not, I suppose, the closest of friends, he was still willing to help me with a personal project of mine. I knew he was always quite busy. Like, that's the one thing that kept us from being able to complete that project, and he's gone now. He can't help me complete it. But that he always seemed so stoked to even try to help out. He was looking forward to completing that. He was stoked. I can't think of any other words.
He was always such a helpful person. Whenever I forgot to record something for my own versus the community videos, he was there to provide me the footage if I needed it. If he had recorded it, at least. But at least on 2 occasions, he helped me fill in the gaps in my own videos. And I thanked him for that. He's just such a helpful, kind, and positive person.
Not to mention his obscene love of Christmas. We would always mock him for that. It would be February, and he would turn up to a Versus the Community event with his car decked out in holly, jingle bells, Christmas trees. Noobster, it's February, please, it's not Christmas anymore. Didn't have a bad bone in his body. Noobster, I wish I knew him better. I wish I'd spoken to him more. I wish I'd been closer. Would've, could've, should've, didn't. You know, I've accepted that he's gone. That I've lost a friend, a good friend, a friend that I wish I was closer to, who I'll never be able to speak to again. But I think that Noobster deserves to be remembered. Without a doubt, he deserves to be remembered. And I'm going to do my best to remember him for as long as I can. He deserves that much. It was an absolute pleasure knowing Noobster for the short time that he was in my life. I always tried to be better than him. I always tried to match him, and the times that we were genuinely racing each other were good times. And I'm gonna miss those times. He was my friend. And I hope he saw me as his friend too. The world is a worse place without him. Noobster, Brandon, race in peace, my friend. Goodbye.
There are many cars here and I can't actually see. Oh no! Nissan's went into the wall and I think men's actually missed a checkpoint or something. Oh my god, there was a big crash there. I've had the Forza understeer. It's bumpy and shovey around up here. Oh Christ. Slam on the brakes. I'm deeply sorry. I'm trying to keep the car under control and I can't actually see. Come on, do a cut back on the Nissan. Kind of. I got a very good run off it, actually. Come on. Right, let's do a little bit of running away now. Try and keep ahead of those guys. Oh, dodgy corner, dodgy corner. Come on. Where is that Camaro? The Camaro's there, and this one's trying to make a move on it. It's not going to be able to get the stick. Oh, it's made it too wide. I've locked the brakes. Have to use the handbrake. Gab. Bollocks. Oh, crap. Right, come on. I need to try and find a way past that Nissan again. Gonna have to go around the outside. I've got the stick. There's the brakes I can't see. There. The Camaro's in me face. Come on. I actually need to go on the bonnet cam. I can't actually see where I'm going. But I've got to try and catch a much more speed orientated Camaro. Right, I'm going to make a move around the outside. I'm going to stick it up the inside. I've got the handling. I do apologise there, buddy. I'm going to be a little bit early on the brakes. I just don't want to lock them, so I missed a corner. Right, I am through. I can now... Right, run away! Run away from the vastly superior speed Chevrolet. Got a lot more speed than you. None. There we go. I am pulling away from it now. There we go. Right, none. Come on, Ford. Get away. Yeah, front three have gone. You know, the way they caught up. I'm guessing they're on off-road base. I had no turning there at all. That's just great. Scale up, I've actually got quite a lot of acceleration. I'm going to have to go up the inside. Sorry, Noobster, but I've just gone off the grace and that'll grip. Right, I'm taking a very shallow line here. Please, 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 please. Thank you. Stop checkpoint at least. Arturio's just going to back out from that one. We're going 3 wide in turn 1. I'm sorry, I'm just concentrating, trying to give people room and things like that and not crash myself. Noobster's actually got a very awful run. I'm going to get that position from them. This corner here is actually a very quick one. No, I had a little bit of the wiggles. I'll try and catch it. Oh, I did cut off. Thank God Noobster did back out, or I've just shoved him straight into a building. I didn't want to do that. Understeer, miles and miles of understeer. Yeah, I think honestly the off-road race tyres are actually going to be, well, actually the better call around here. Really use. And that is off-road race or just off-road. I think Noobster did a huge dive. Actually, to be honest, it did work out for them. They didn't have to give the position back. It was a good dive. It didn't make me lose any time whatsoever. They relinquished the position back to me. They didn't have to, but you know, fair enough. Yeah, I don't have enough straight line speed for that hill. Yeah, sure, I've got 257 horsepower. Oh, I didn't want to shove Noobster in the wall. Okay, yeah, Noobster's got a position around the outside. Very well played, actually. Very, very well played from them. You know, I will probably have the handling of them, because like I said, I am on off-road based tyres, so I'm going to be pretty good off-road. I do apologise, Test. I went on the brakes much later. Oh, well, okay. Alright, karma for me. Oh, Christ, Starman is, Escort's got a lot more power than me. I'm being bunched all over the place. Leave my little golf alone. Oh, look at this dive up to the inside. I'm going to get a few cars there. Oh, that. Very, very handy. You know what? I thought I was having slow-mo lag there, but no, it's just how slow these cars. My sense of speed is going all wrong because I've just gotten off driving A-class cars and now I'm in, well, so much turning in this. I'm almost just missing checkpoints. Yeah, that was a much better lap this time. Well, I'm until you don't miss a bloody checkpoint. Okay. Yeah, so I'm very, very good through the corners. I might be able to chase down Noobster. Starman might be a little bit out of reach. I'm not too sure. I've just punched my mic on accident. They've got 275 horsepower, but I don't know what tyres they're on. Probably not off-road race. Not in the Escort. Not in the Escort. Because that thing starts off in like sort of midish high C class. Oh wow! I had a sudden burst of turning there, and I was really worried that I'd miss a checkpoint. Right, let's go. Yeah, very nicely through there. Actually, I'm going to be catching up close to the back of Noobster. I might be able to get past Noobster. There's the LM002 up ahead that Zipper's got. Oh, Starman's crashed into the building. Noobster's gone wide into the wall. I'm going to have to play it risky, go on the outside of a very not good handling Jeep. I have made it work though. I took a very wide line just to make sure I don't get understeered into the wall. Very good through there. Noobster's having many control issues. But there we go. I am past, currently in 4th place, residing there. Noobster is going to catch me a little bit, but I don't think they're going to, without me making a mistake, don't think they're going to pass me. I don't think I'm going to get up to Zipper, though. I think Zipper's a little bit too far gone. I'm not even going to question about Steve or KJ. But realistically, I think Zipper might be just out of reach. Noobster has actually caught up quite a fair bit. Through this dirt section, but you know, through the corners, and that's me running away a little bit. Ooh, God, come on. Don't play it safe, don't be a div. Zipper's going to run a little bit wide. I'm going to be very good through there, actually. Yeah, Noobster's falling back. I'm going to be like, have I got enough speed to actually... Oh, I do. Right, okay. That's my first big worry sort of out the way. What I'm wanting to do is really, I'm wanting to not be the leading car because of the street furniture. I kind of just want to follow other people. Through these fast corners, I actually might be able to do pretty good like that. I do have a lot of handling, a lot of grip. So I might actually be able to, you know, do something, sort of hover around, be kind of just like, just a little bit of a pest. You know, when they're sort of running wide and they're hitting street furniture, I can sort of be there and sort of, you know, linger around. Obviously, I don't think I'm going to win this one. I just do not have the power. I'm actually struggling to get this. But yeah, the turning on the Golf is actually quite good. So I'm doing, the Golf's doing well. Very good line there. I'm taking a shallow line. Really, for me, it's all about momentum. I have absolutely... Oh no, I've hit those signs. That's it. I think that really... Oh, thank you. Cheers, Noobster. Put me back in the race. Yeah, that is the issue. Like, that's what I can't afford to do, is hit those street furnitures, because I'm just going to lose so much more speed compared to everyone else. I'm now starting to go into fighting distance with Noobster's Super. Let's have a look here. Well, the Christmas Super is going to defend. I think he's going to sit in the middle of the road, so I'm not really going to go up the inside. They are very early on the brakes, actually. I've got much better brakes than them. I do apologise. I did brake where I sort of broke, and that... you know, I do apologise. In that Super... I just want to be careful of that final corner. Yeah, I am sort of gaining a little... I do definitely gain through the corners. I'm on a little bit of an oversteer moment. Noob's absolutely getting a little bit of a jump there out of turn 1. Slam it on the brakes, get it through. The first kind of very big braking zone. I was on the inside of Noobster briefly, but they do out-accelerate me. I'm trying to find my way past. I can't do it there. I can hear Ren's Z4. Oh god, again, I've got none of the turning. Get a big slide over the crest. Oh god, hard to turn into him ever so slightly just to get the checkpoint. He's got the inside of me. He's going to go through the street furniture. I don't really want to try and cut back here. I'm going to put it down the gear so I can try and get a good run out of it. And slow ding into the wall. I'm going to then fly past on a pretty good run, actually. Through the final corner. Again, I am pretty damn good. Let's see what we've got down here. I am going to step on the brakes a little bit. I think probably a little bit too much. yeah, I've slowed down way too much, actually. Noobster getting a better run than me. Big slide on the brakes. Ben's going to be able to go up the inside. Am I going to be able to accelerate him? Sort of, but I don't think it is going to be enough. I've got none of the turning again. The grass, you know, so I can sort of take the grass, get that little bit more grip, and hopefully be better off-road. Noobster is following behind me in the Christmas 510. That is, Jesus Christ, that is very Christmassy. Ooh, bollocks. Let's not go crashing into Noobster now. That would be very appreciated by, I think, everyone involved, as in Noobster, and that's it. Ooh, that was actually very close to that checkpoint. Still Guns is going to be struggling around this section. Oh my god, it's 4 wide at the front. I'm going up the middle of absolutely everyone. Oh, Noobster's on the inside. They're going to be on quite a narrow line. KJ's got all the acceleration in the world in that Bugatti. I get off the corner better than Noobster a little bit, but they're going to start out accelerating me. We've got Still Guns with all of the powers going to be up the inside of absolutely everyone there. Not going to be able to do anything there. Noobster's still on the inside. And start off with the Merry Christmas. We're in February. Yeah, they're going to get the inside there. I can't really do anything about that. And Still Guns is going to understeer wide, clatter the wall. I'm on the inside of Noobster. Can I do anything? Not quite. No, I can't do anything there. I'm just going to leave him in 4th gear. Come on, Torque, do something good. Still Guns is fighting back. He's going to be on the inside for this fast left-hander. Oh, to be honest, I had all the turning and kind of have to go around the outside of Still Guns. I do make it stick, however. Get a big slide through that right-hander. But look at the amount of grip I've got. I'm right up to the back of Noobster and KJ. KJ is actually a pretty dodgy run through there. I'm going to use off-road tyres to my advantage. I can sort of duck to a shallow line, go on the grass and have more grip, but I can't do anything there. From what it seems, I've got a lot of handling and kind of good low-end acceleration. But the top end is where I'm lacking with only my 152 horsepower. I think I might actually have the least amount of horsepower here. However, being very light, you know, it does then kind of offset the high-end acceleration being quite weak with good low-end acceleration compared to, Still Guns having big issues in terms of, in terms of them having, like, sort of good acceleration but then awful handling. So, yeah, there is that. Yeah, this right-hander is where I gain a lot of time if I am good through there, which I wasn't this time. I was on a little bit of a dodgy line. Let's see, am I going to be able to do anything at this hairpin? I've fallen back a little bit. It was not a great lap for me. Skelarch and the DeLorean is actually catching up to us. See, I can just take quite shallow lines. Oh, I've actually leveled up as well. Cool. I'm just going to sit in the slipstream. That was actually a little bit of a better lap this time, but KJ and Noobster, I think, did go faster than me, so there is that. Skelarch's DeLoreans in the lower classes are actually, from what I can tell, they're actually pretty good. I know Yeet had a very good DeLorean. Skelarch's DeLorean seems to be making their way nicely through the field. I think Ven's had a Forza Horizon 5 issue, so they're not partaking in race 1, and hopefully we can get them in for race 2. Yeah, KJ is starting to run away a little bit. Furs is actually on the march in something that looks to me like it's a BRZ or something. I can't actually tell, but it's understeer wide, so Skelarch's going to get the position there. Oh, I'm getting a bigger slide than Noobster. That's not what I want. Oh god, Noobster's lagging all over the place. I have absolutely no idea where Noobster is. That's an issue. Oh god, I've lost so much time there. That's not good whatsoever. That huge slide has cost me a lot of time. No, I think that is it. Noob's actually got an incredible run compared to KJ. And have them try and go around the outside. What I need them to do is just fall around each, just battle as hard as they can to try and get the win. And be really slow. That was such a delayed noise for getting that checkpoint. Oh my god, I really thought I missed it then because it was so delayed. The checkpoint hitting noise. I absolutely panicked. But I did get the checkpoint at least. Yeah, Noobster's lagging again. Am I going to be able to do something around here? Because this is where my escort is actually better than their cars. Yeah, you can see I do gain a lot of time through these corners. Oh, apparently I was absolutely nowhere near them. Never mind. I'm absolutely nowhere near Noobster at all, but you can see how much time there I managed to close, but that awkward, like, lap 4 has cost me absolutely all chance of winning, so KJ is going to take it from Noobster. Yep, I'm going to have to settle for a 3rd place in the escort. It was a BRZ. The escort, I'm pretty happy with it, I will admit. Mean, but it's got a lot of low-end acceleration. So that's kind of the thing. Let's have a look. So I'll get held back a little bit as a start, as is tradition. Launch, yeah, I do actually out-accelerate Noobster for a little while. So I don't accelerate guns, I can tell you that much. There we are. Let's get you around the first couple of corners, get a better run than Noobster. Noobster's ran wide into the wall. I do a nice little drift trap on that. I think it's a power line. Yeah, it is. There we are. That house has been... Right, some people may have no longer have electricity for a little while. Oh, come on. Let's get you through. That corner there is absolutely awful. And no matter what I drive, I absolutely hate that corner. Right, I've got to really now hold off Noobster and get a big slide. I don't... Oh, God, I forgot about that wooden pole there. Right, okay, I'm going to have to defend. I'll give Noobster room, but they're going to have to go around the outside. I'm going to brake early as well, so they can't do a cutback on me. Which it doesn't matter anyway, because they've actually got a better run than me. I'm going to out-accelerate me. They're going to be on the inside for turn 1 and 2, but if I can out-handle them, which I actually do think yes, I do actually have the handling and the low-end acceleration against that Datsun. But Ren is here now in the VTEC bus. So that's what I've got to be wary of. Ren goes up the inside of Noobs. I actually had a little bit of a slide out of the corner, had to catch it, and that's put me on a really awkward line. Although I do actually out-accelerate Ren, a low end, up until here, where he out-accelerates me. But I'm going to make him go around the outside. Oh, God. Well, he's gotten past. I was hoping to put up a little bit more of a fight, I will admit. Oh, I'm braking probably way too early for that final corner. But yeah, I've just got a lot of low-end acceleration and handling, which is actually really good. I just lacked top end. But am I going to be able to get past Ren? That is the question. Ren's kind of got that mid-end... Oh, no, 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 no. That is not what I bloody needed, game. Oh, I just slid and I couldn't turn left. However, Noobster ran very wide. I'm going to dive back past on the inside, so there we are. I did lose the position, but then I managed to get it back in the next corner, so, oh well, no big loss. Noobster's going to go up the inside. Oh, no. ABS drift, I got a huge slide. It's not what I need. No, oh god. Right, okay. Turn. Right, let's not just knock Noobster all over the bloody place. I'm gonna have to try and make this position, make this work around the outside. I can, and I will, and I absolutely will. KJ is now battling with us. Really now, I've just got to try and hold them off. Skellar is involved in this fight as well. Right, let's try and get this corner correct. I'm gonna go early on the brakes, not that early. That was not your fault, Noobster. That was completely me. I definitely went way too early on the brakes. Ren's absolutely buggered off with the acceleration bus. I'd be able... the final corner was actually quite wonky for my Ferrari. Taking some interesting lines going across the grass and whatnot. I mean, to be honest, it could probably work for them, but I do not have the confidence in my brakes or whatsoever to go for those type of routes. Oh god, that's a huge slide from me. Huge slide from me, but I did manage to keep it held. Just, unfortunately, I'm just not really be able to do anything. Ooh, running a little bit wide, but nothing too bad. Yeah, my 250 GT. I think I am starting to actually gain up on them quite a bit. Men is starting to run away. Spencer's just unleashing a smoke screen. Can barely bloody see in the Audi TT. Oh, that was on the power a little bit too early for me. Has put me on actually a pretty bad run. Heading onto this back straight. Let's have a look. Am I going to be able to do something through this long double left-hander? Oh, I hit the Sierra wheel. No, I am sort of there. I think I am starting to gain a little bit. Let's take a little bit of a wider light. There we go. That's a much better final corner. Yeah, that was a seriously much better final corner. And that's brought me into contention for the top 3. I've got to see if I can find my way past Noobster. I think Spencer might be a little bit too far ahead. Early on the brakes. Do actually tuck in nicely through that left-hander. But not a big issue. Oh, Spencer and Noobster are actually battling each other. I think Noobster had a little bit of a I think Spencer, sorry, had a little bit of a dodgy run through that left-hander. So that slowed them up massively. Really, it's just a case of, can I find a way past Noobster? Is there... I'm just looking for an opportunity, just a door to be open, which there was kind of one there, but I just went straight into the back of Noobster, so I couldn't actually do anything. Spencer's absolutely defending for their life. Noobster looking every which way to get a position, runs a little bit wide. I get a huge slide and had to catch it, and that's it. That's just an unfortunate thing. I was so close to getting the top 3, potentially into the top 3, but no, just 2 final bloody corners, and I get a little bit of a slide, and then that's it. It's over. A good run out of that right-hander. There we go. I am starting to actually catch up to the group up ahead. Got actually a much better run than Purs's BMW. I'm just going to fly up the inside. No real issues there whatsoever. This Ferrari is absolute menace down the straight, but I need to be careful with the corners. Oh, there's been calamities, big calamities. Oh, I can't get past KJ. KJ's just in my face. I'm in just a inopportune location, really, to try and overtake. Am I going to be able to do something here? No, I just lost the back end. I do apologise, KJ. I do apologise for that. I'm going to have to do a big move around the outside. Ooh, wheels dipped onto the grass, but I do manage to get it. I've now got to try and... Am I going to be able to go up the inside? No, not quite. The back end was losing it. No. Ooh, right, okay, I need to seriously be careful with my Ferrari. Okay, come on, get onto the power. Right, okay, Pers has managed to get past this. Has managed to get past Spencer. I've actually got a pretty good run on this back straight, so I might be able to. Do something. Oh, sorry, Pers. I had a huge wiggle getting out of that corner. I just could not get the power down whatsoever. So now I'm having to really try and fight back. I've got Noobster on my inside. Heavy on the brakes. Oh, I'm being tagged a little bit. Oh, this is a great fight, though. Just need to really... Oh, I did get that checkpoint only just, though. Oh, but Noobster's really slow off of there, and Spencer's ahead yet again. I'm just trying to get past that bloody Audi. But I'm just not able to. There's just people lagging backwards and forwards. I've no idea where they are. Oh, I should not follow Pers there. Really slow Noobster would have been the better call to be the target to follow. Yeah, Pers had a dodgy run over the curbs. I did not want to try and keep it there. We can catch up to these 2. 3. Yeah, Spencer's fallen behind a little bit. Oh. Out through there, a little bit wide. Nothing terrible. Nothing too terrible. Just got to go through final. The penultimate corner, much better this time out. That has brought me well into the fight. Really has brought me into the fight, because the acceleration of the Mark 1 Golf is mighty. My driving isn't, however. That was way too wide. Sort this out. Gotta sort this out. I'm not going to be able to find a way past Noobster here, I don't think. I was a little bit too early on the brakes, I reckon. Can I find a move here? The door is wide open for me to find my way past. Ooh. Sorry, Noobster. Oh, that was me. I was on the inside. Oh, no. I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to try and stick the outside lines. I don't want to take the show line. I'm not really a fan of trying to go outside. I do apologise. Still guns. That was totally bad on my half. When we're in a much more ideal place, I'll actually let you get the overtake. Oh my god, the speed I have on the Golf, though. Just look at it. It is absolutely phenomenal. Just how much speed I've got. But my ability isn't the highest. Shame as well, because I was actually starting to string something together. Right, okay. Here, I will let Still Guns get their position back. It's going to be here. There we go. Right, let them get their position. And now let's try and do things cleanly for the final lap. Let's see if we can find a way past Noobster. There's a gap here that I'll knock on the door on. Don't push Noobster out of a checkpoint, however. Managed to get that one nicely. Ease off power a little bit, try and find a way through. Not gonna find anything there, so gonna have to try here and very wide, but I can use the Golf's mighty acceleration, try to find a gap up the inside, but Noosa closes that. Gonna have to then duck to the left hand side, see if I can do something here. I'll draw it alongside. Can I carry more speed? I'm going to be out-accelerating. Both of us are out-accelerating the RX-7. That is in front of us. Me and Noobster still side by side. Down this bumpy straight. Noobster's backing out from it. I'm going to go early on the brakes. Try and carry as much corner speed as possible. That's not worked. Can I stay ahead of Noobster though? Noobster thought about going up the inside and backed out from it. Now onto the tarmac, actually nicely. I've got Still Guns there. Come on now, not too drastic of understeer. Use the acceleration. I don't know who got that. Long gone. Really, it's now, can I fend off from Noobster? Oh, that's a little bit too much understeer through there, not having the cornering. There's the 5-cylinder from that Audi, the RS2. Now I've really got to try and fend off from that. I've not been able to get much of a read upon that Audi from Noobster, so it is going to be a surprise to me. From the looks of things, it seems to have more cornering speed, and as well it is 4-wheel drive, so it's going to have that 4-wheel drive acceleration and stability, but it definitely does not have the straight line speed compared to me. No, you didn't hit me at all. I just got a rear wheel on the grass. Oops, Steve's taking an interesting line there. Almost clipping the bloody wall. I think they have, in a way. They're having a lot of tyre smoke. I'm understeering like mad. I need to go for it at that corner. The front wheel's just losing a little bit of grip there. Just do a little bit of a lift. Might be able to just defend from the inside. Yes, that Audi has got a lot more handling than me. Oh, the tree. The tree actually helped me out a lot there. Tactical street furniture crashing into. Totally not by accident. It was planned. So, yeah, Noobster has got the handling on me. I'm going to have to really make this car just as wide as possible. This has been a very good adventure, actually, for close battles. It really has been. I'll have to wait and see if I'm going to be able to do... If I am going to be able to fend them off and see the gap I can create from just that downhill section, but all of that evaporates once we get through this very technical section here, and have to try and block the inside and just to slow them down in case I had a good enough run. Just make myself, well, just block the good lines and the good exits is really what I've got to try and do, whilst taking fairly good lines myself. Yeah, they've got so much more grip than me there. They're going to try and go around the outside, but I've got the acceleration. I know that they're there. They are a little bit too far back now. I'm going to be able to go onto my preferred racing line, and they have dropped back actually quite a bit. Managed to fend off the attack from Noobster for another lap. Can I keep on to the third place? I'm not too sure, because they are starting to close on me through the technical sections. I'm... That's just how much quicker that Audi is than me through the corners, and that's just the... Really, that's the advantage with the power cars in a way, is parking the car on the apex, really just being in the way removes their advantage. Whereas with the power, with the acceleration and whatnot, if I get a good enough run anyway, I'll just be able to out-accelerate them down the straight. So, you know, there is that. Just looking every which way. I had a little bit of trouble out of that complex section. What I'll try and do now is just run away a little bit. You can see, again, just the gap I'm managing to pull. I'm going to leave it in fourth for now. Keep a little bit of stability. That's actually better this time out. Yeah, I'm still ahead of Noobster, but that gap has, I think it's opened a little bit compared to last lap, but it is still not a comfy margin. I still have to be very, very aware of their location. Getting it nicer through turn 1. There we go. Not as nice as Noobster, although Noobster hasn't really got a fantastic run through there. Are they going to go for a lunge at this corner? I'm not too sure. I'm going to park on the apex in case they want to try and go up the inside. They're not going to be able to. We're just a little bit too far back to do that, and I'm going to be able to make a lot of distance down this section here. And we'll have to see if I can keep the car ahead, see if I'm far enough away, and if I can get my car positioned correctly. Noobs are going to try and go for the inside, and they've thought about it. The door has been left open a little bit. There is an Audi-sized gap. They're going to draw it alongside, but I have the power advantage. I have that straight line speed. They're not going to be able to keep that position away from me, so now it is still all on me. A little bit awkward on the brakes there, but I'm going to be in their face and I'm going to be able to do anything there. Still having to defend from them a lot. Men's going to take the win. Steve is going to take a comfortable second place. I, on the other hand, I'm not going to be taking a very comfortable third place. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant stuff. Holy hell, that was an incredible race. I have gone for a little bit more of the power route. I'm not the most powerful here, because Ven's here with the monster truck engine in it, but I have got the nice and simple LS swap. So I am putting out, I think it was about 583 brake horsepower, and I am on street tyres. So I'm not going to be very grippy, but I'm hoping that I'll be actually very quick down the straight. I've crashed into the Futurama Crown Vic that's in front of me, driven by Chrome. However, this should be the LS power. Come on. It is very heavy, this, at about, well, 1,800 kilos. So, you know, it is a very big boat. Trying to go around the outside, however, it's not going to be very easily done. Not with cars like this. Now, I have no idea what people's builds are like. I know there are some handling cars. I think a lot of people have just left in the standard engine, so those that are going to be better handling are more than likely going to be on the stock engine. I think Noobster alarming for me. I know I've got this aero on it and things like that, because I did kind of want to have some sort of controllability on the tarmac. I know it's on street tyres, so because the standard tyres on this car are absolutely terrible. So I did want to improve that. However, I'm not really too sure what we're going to be going with it. So I've just got to be mindful of the cars behind me. So hopefully, hopefully we can get something done. Noobs are having a huge oversteer moment from the looks of things further back there. That Crown Vic seems to be all over the shop compared to me. Well, that's probably because he's being a lot more aggressive than I am. I'm just focusing on keeping my Crown Vic all nice and secured. Yeah, they're getting a huge oversteer moment. Oh, that was on the power a little bit too early. Come on now. I did improve the gearbox in this. I think that I have put in a racing gearbox in this, because I thought I might want to tune the gears a little bit more than just having the final drive. So, I mean, I haven't touched them whatsoever, so there is that. However, I did want something better than the standard gearbox, and I did not slow down enough for that corner whatsoever, but I did hang in front of Noobster. Ah, okay, I can hear Noobster has, I think, also got a LS swap. Yeah, I think they've got an LS swap, but they've got off-road race tyres. So I'm going to be better at the straight. I'm going to be better with the power, possibly. I'm not too sure. However, when it comes to off-road, I'm basically not going to be able to keep up with them whatsoever. Also, ignore the fact I have a wooden roof. I got bored and noticed that I could paint the roof separately as a group too, so I've made it wood. Because why the hell not? Obviously, we're going to have a fair few police liveries and a fair few taxi liveries, as you'd expect from the Crown Vics, because that's practically all that you see. Is Crown Vics always being used as taxis or police cars. Never get anything else from them. Right, Noobster's just constantly sitting in the draft. I'm going to not make it easy for them. They're going to go around the outside, possibly. I think they tried to do a little bit of a cutback. Did they get that checkpoint? They actually did. Alright, okay, fair enough. But I will force them to take a shallow line so they cannot get that power down anywhere near as nicely as I can. No, you did nothing wrong there. Yeah, because they do not have aero on their car whatsoever, whereas I do. So, you know, there is that. So, obviously, their top speed is going to be higher than mine. My cornering, I think, is probably going to be roughly about the same as theirs, but because I've got aero, I might be able to get my power down a lot better. Also, yeah, don't ask why Ren is, like, only just into B class. Like I say, he's got the monster truck engine in his car, so he's got, I think, about 50. I think it's like 1500 horsepower, like 1700 horsepower. I can't remember how much engine that power how much power that car actually gives. I cannot remember. I know it's a hell of a lot. That's easily the most powerful car here. I think the next most powerful car is between me and Noobster. We've got Steve as well. That's actually sort of catching up a little bit from the looks of things. I'm not too sure what that car's going to be like. I'm going to have to try and get rid of that at some point. Noobster's car is all over the shop, trying to overtake me. I'm not making this easy for him whatsoever. Really, I'm not making this easy for him. He's going to have to... When it comes to racing, to me, I'm alright at defending. I can defend with relative success. Yeah, Noobster does not have the brakes of my Crown Vic. I'm going to park it on the apex, make sure that he cannot get past. Get my power down nicely. Yeah, Steve actually caught up quite a bit. So I'm just trying to look back. I think Steve seems to be in a more definitely a more handling oriented Crown Vic, whether some better tyres or whatnot, I'm not sure. However, I win at a Stadio. This is a cracking start to the adventure. Fastest lap goes to Steve by about half a second. So, you know, it was actually not terribly far away. We've cars on off-road race are going to be overtaken. However, I'm just thinking if I could... Oh, shit! Sorry, Noobster. I'm just thinking if all of those cars on off-road race bumble about each other, I might actually be able to sort of cause a little bit of a problem. Oh, Steve tried to go up the inside of me and missed the checkpoint. Because if they fight each other where they're strong, where they're incredibly strong, oh, there's been an issue. Oh, no! Sorry, Eris, but you kind of... I was going up the inside, you just went into the front of my car there. You know, if they all fight each other where they're the strongest at, that's going to slow them down. They're not going to lose me as much time. So that might actually work. That might work out in my favour. Ben has swapped the build a little bit. I've had a huge oversteer moment through there. Bloody hell. That's not worked out in my favour whatsoever. I need to... gonna go up the inside. I think I did leave them enough room. Yep, they didn't miss the checkpoint. That's good enough news for me. I didn't force them out of it. Yep, there goes my power advantage compared to them. And there goes the fact that I am not on off-road race tyres. I could just block them a little bit. It's going to cost them time. But they are going to get past me with no problems. I'm going to do a little bit of a handbrake. Try and get it around here. I am on rear suspension as well. I've gone a lot more tarmac orientated with my Crown Vic. So, you know, I kind of wanted to make it handle on tarmac a lot better than I will be doing on dirt. So there is that. I think unlike Noobster's car, because Noobster, as you can see, doesn't have aero on his car. So obviously they're going to have better top end. But I'm going to have, well, from Mace 1 on the tarmac, I have better handling. And Plivazule has a lot of sort of high-speed corners that you need to actually have good handling for at sort of the medium to high-speed stuff. You do actually need a fair bit of good high-end handling. Like, you know, as you can see there, I'm all over the back of Noobster. I mean, there was a little bit of scripting I could not get past in the slightest, but that's the thing, you've kind of got to be... kind of interesting. Noobster's had a huge slide. I'm going to go up the inside. Ren was too. I do apologise to Noobster because I did not intend for that pump whatsoever. Ren has swapped builds now. They are on rally tyres. They've just got a more sort of sensible build. They've gone for rally tyres. They've got no aero on it. So they're going to be very good round the corners. They're just going to struggle for straight line speed. Kind of their usual build, to be honest. The Men does use a lot of more handling builds. But yes, so it could work, to be honest.
New here, driven by someone. To represent FM7, we have got Noobster in a Halloween livery. Yeah, we said he couldn't have a Christmas livery on the McLaren.